Hey guys, welcome to my channel Elite Wrestling World. My name is GhostSaad. Thank you guys for joining me right here on AEW Dynamite post-show review. Last Dynamite before AEW Revolution PPV, which is going to be fantastic. The show opens with Hangman Adam Page making his entrance on a crutch and hobbling into the ring. He gets on the mic and begins, admitting that this doesn't look like a promising start to the speech. And he talks about how AEW was a goal and an opportunity to rise to people's expectations and make the most of things placed in front of him. He likes to think of winning the world title as the greatest accomplishment of his career. And that's why it hurts so much to have that opportunity in front of him again, and well, he talks about how he thought the world title should be defended in a singles. And it turns out he had the wrong two guys. He won't apologize to Shane Strickland or Samoa Joe. But he'll tell us the truth, because he always does. And he won't be able to compete at Revolution on Sunday. Enter Shane Swerve Strickland. He gets in the ring solemn-faced and says these last 6 months they've been to war. They've tried to kill each other. He might have crossed a line a couple times, but he didn't really expect this to happen. He suffered this unforenate fate, and you can't stop fate or destiny. And it's his destiny to win the AEW World Championship at Revolution. And to Samoa Joe, he scoffs at the two of them trying to hug it out. And he has to tell a few truths to counteract the lies here. He's watched them stare daggers at each other. But really they were trying to avoid making eye contact with him and learning he's the only man here. The only reason they're hungry is because Joe is starving them. And there won't be any more meals come dinner time. And whether it's one or both of them come Revolution, he'll whip both there. Strickland yells at him and tells him he went from unemployed to headlining pay-per-views. Went from being a cruiserweight to fighting for the world title. The man who bloodied a teenager and invaded a man's home, he'll do whatever it takes. And he's a career maker and a career changer. After he's done, Joe might want to go back to commentary wearing a poncho. Who knows? He's on the verge of making history and he will be AEW World Champion. Hangman Page attacks him with a crutch. He's spry on his feet as he dashes the crutch into Shane's head. Page says neither of them will be champion. He will. We get footage of the Young Bucks arriving at the arena earlier today. They walk in and see Renee Paquette, who greets them with an interview. They ask her if she's even seen Sting today because they're just dying to see him and thank him. And conduct his exit interview. They brandish baseball bats and wish Renee a killer show and tell the camera operator to follow them and see what happens as we go to break. Next up is BCC versus Eddie and FTR. Kingston and Danielson to start. Bryan tags out to Claudio. Shoulder blocks, Eddie unmoved, trading. Shift to an uppercut and Kingston is staggered but gets a boot up and follows it with a battering. Rams shoulder off the second. FTR throwing punches. Shatter Machine on Claudio. Moxley DDT's Wheeler. Dax brain busters John. Dragon Busaikuni on him and a Regal Plex on Eddie. Another Busaikuni. Clutching Kingston's wrists. Stomping his head in. Slipping into a triangle choke. Blackpool Combat Club win by referee stoppage with a triangle choke from Bryan Danielson on Eddie. Kingston. Post-match, Dragon keeps the hold in for a long beat while he jaws at Eddie. Back from commercial, Tony is in the ring, microphone in hand. He says tonight they're making something official, and lots of big stars have been coming to Dynamite. But tonight they make one of the biggest official. Will Ospreay makes his entrance. Tony interviews him and he says that he is done with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And he's here for full-time work, and he is all in, groove. This isn't his first time here, and he's beaten Orange Cassidy, Kenny Omega, and Chris Jericho, and he's ready to pick up where he left off, and to Don Callis and his family. Don says there's nothing he likes more than a Don Callis family reunion, and talks up his part in Will's accomplishments. Here and says they'll top him by having a match of the year, a match of the decade, and in order to do that, they're bringing Konosuke and Will Ospreay together. Ospreay extends his hand. Konosuke screws his face up and looks at it real close but shakes it in the end. Konosuke refuses to break his grip and pulls Will in. Ospreay returns the favor, and they have a moment. This is gonna be a banger for ages. A quick match between Orange Cassidy and Nick Wayne. Side headlock, shot off. Headlock takeover from Wayne. Reversed, shot off. Headlock takeover from Cassidy. Grinding him down. Dragon suplex into the bridge. Orange kicks out. A little back and forth. Orange Cassidy wins by pinfall with the Orange Punch, retaining the AEW International Championship. Post-match, Roderick Strong jumps Orange and beats him down until best friends make the save and we go to break. Next up is Kris Statlander versus Skye Blue. Statlander with right hands in the corner. Well in control of the match early, Blue floats over a slam, mat slam. Kris kips up but Skye puts her down again. Stokely brings Kris a chain. She refuses it. Kick to Skye. Julia slips in among the chaos and lays her out with a roundhouse kick. Code Blue. Skye Blue wins by pinfall with Code Blue. Back with the Young Bucks, Matthew says if there's one thing for sure about Sting, it's that nothing's for sure, and he asks Nicholas to be mindful. They throw the door open and Sting isn't in his dressing room, but he's hung a bunch of baseball bats from the ceiling to frustrate and confuse the Bucks as we go to break. Atlantis Jr. versus Chris Jericho. Jericho with a hard jab and we're throwing punches out the gates. Whip across, leapfrog, drop down, dropkick connects, back body drop to the apron, round kick, diving crossbody and Atlantis follows it with a boot. Monkey flip out of the corner, another one. YJ puts the walls of Jericho on but Jr. gets the ropes immediately, back from commercial. Jericho put on the apron, Atlantis rolls up on him. Avalanche arm drag, Chris cuts him off, Avalanche Frankensteiner. Waiting for him to get up, Atlantis ducks the Judas effect, marching around the ring. Jericho slips out, double leg into the walls of Jericho. Chris Jericho wins by submission with the walls of Jericho. Post-match, Jericho raises both Atlantis' hands before squaring up with the Elder briefly and embracing him. It's the final time we see Sting on Dynamite. The Young Bucks make their entrance, bats in hand. Nicholas picks a fight with a fan in a Sting mask and it turns out to be Darby Allin. They brawl. Choking Darby with a bat. EVP trigger connects. More bat shots. Ric Flair makes his entrance and throws a thumbs up at the Bucks as he makes his way into the ring. He takes a bat from Matthew and tees up on Allin, but he pokes Nicholas in the eye, throwing sad little old man punches. The Nature Boy gets a decent flurry but the Bucks get the better of him and beat him down. Sting's music hits, and Sting comes down from the rafters behind the Bucks. Holy, Sting down from the rafters in 2024. Sting takes it to the Bucks bat shot for bat shot and lays them out. Allin with the coffin drop. Scorpion death drop. Rick gets to his feet as Sting kicks the Bucks out of the ring. That's the show, folks. Revolution pay-per-view is stacked and it's gonna be fantastic. I will see you guys on Saturday for Collision and then for Revolution pay-per-view. Please guys like and share this video, subscribe to my channel and keep watching Elite Wrestling World.